When it's authentic, people can tell. It's how do you find that sweet spot of like who you really are and what you do and putting that together to like tell a story that isn't just you trying to come up with something you think people want to hear. I am a social media strategist. However, I'm moving a little bit away towards that to really help people make dope content, help people develop what their brand is, what they want that to look like, how they want to resonate with audiences, and how do you build a digital community, essentially. Now, when people ask about who I am, where I came from, a lot of it has to do with culture. Culture, not in the buzzword way, but culture in the way that my family is from the Bahamas, culture in the way that I've been speaking Spanish since I was like in 2nd grade. And so I've always been interested in just communication with different culture. How can you go somewhere and actually integrate yourself and it be like a real experience? So when I went to American for grad school, it was to do intercultural communications. And so there, during that time, there was the Arab Spring going on. That was like a revolution in Tunisia and in Northern Africa. And they were using Twitter and they were using social media to get together to form protests. And so that was a big deal at that time when people were still thinking of social media as, you know, just a tool we use just to be like, hey, what's up? Or this is what I have for lunch. But now people are really using it in a different manner. And so me, really, I was using social media for all my projects because I was like, bet, I know social media, I'm on Facebook at that time. And then I started really studying it though and looking at a lot of the academic work. And I really got into the strategy behind networking and communicating and really understanding that messaging isn't just about like what comes out of your mouth, but how people understand it. At this time, it's still teaching people like 11, 12, where people are still trying to understand how they can use this for business and still questioning if they should use it for business. So it's a little bit different then. I just went out and I started picking up projects as far as helping them with their social media. My first real client was a realtor, but he was somebody who was well known in the community. Somebody in Denver had called him and said, hey, I noticed your presence online, can you sell my mom's house? So like from that moment on, we were popping. When you're used to things going a certain way, when you're used to things going well, school came pretty easily to me right after school. Before I went to grad school and really decided what I wanted to do, I was working for a couple years. And everything's cool. Now you decide to start your own thing and it's like immediately failure, failure, failure. I don't know this, I apparently don't know that. Like they ripped me off, this person's not paying me. Like all these things happen and you're so thrown back if you're not used to that you're like, oh, this is hard. When I decide like, all right, this is it, you kind of have to get into a space where failure is just part of the process. Like it's part of the deal because there's definitely a lot of tough times as a business owner or as an entrepreneur. You know, they say it takes 5 years just to see if you're even gonna be around. And I'm going on my 6th year this year. So it's like, all right, I'm still here, I'm still standing, but there's still so much to do. Like there's still so much struggle even with that. It's just so exciting to see like where you can take it. And I could take it anywhere I want to take it. Anytime I thought like, man, I'm done with this. I want to look at a real job or another job or something like that. Anytime I've done that, I'll go in there and immediately like, nah, I can't. Once you've had a taste of that freedom, like you can't go back. Every time you really decide that you want to move forward with something and you really go hard on it, you always get good results. Even if it's not right immediately, you always see that result and that's what keeps you going. Like, it's definitely just constantly looking for those small wins and letting them pile up and roll up and snowball into the bigger ones. I would definitely tell my younger self to network more and to get out of my bubble. Even in college, like that's the main time when you're exposed to so many different people from different places, maybe for the first time for a lot of people. It wasn't really until after I started my company that then I really was like, I was at every networking event, I was starting to do way more to get out, be mixy, meet people, talk to people, and I should have started doing that much, much earlier. Anything you're doing, whether it's a literal like art form, shoot, whether you're a janitor, whether you do music, whatever it is, you're a new age creative now if you're showing and telling your story. because we have all of these tools and platforms to where nobody has to be in obscurity. You can show your personality, you can inspire somebody, you can reach somebody that you couldn't reach before. It's hard to pinpoint and say, I do this, because we can do what we want to do. Like, we can do what we like, and we can monetize it.